You know, I have a couple businesses, and I work. So it's just going in one ear out the other when you tell me you can't, you know, come participate. Don't worry, Carlton, I'm taking one starting off. Our next person is Monteith Wilkerson, I'm sorry. And Monteith also gets a certificate for best attendance. Monteith is only in 9th grade. Good job, Monteith. And lastly, but not least, Carlton Williams. He's the acting president this year. Carlton was getting me in trouble because he was always in my office trying to, you know, take over, forgetting he's still a student and he didn't want to go to class. But Carlton is currently working with the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office and Kim Worthy. So he has an outstanding future ahead of him. You see, he's not afraid of the microphone, so you won't have to worry about that not being a problem. So, Carlton, keep up the good work. Thanks for the help. All right. What I'll do is I'll make my remarks brief. Once again, I want to thank you guys for your patience. But this could possibly be the last get-together for us as brothers at Persian High School, because we don't know what the future holds, but we do know that the work is never finished. So wherever we go and wherever you are, you know, you guys can start your own individual organizations, like Capri at his school, you know, and seek out those individuals who want to be positive. And they're not always easy to find, but when you're busy doing other things, you'll cross paths. So it's important to do this stuff because we always look at each other from a standpoint of view of how we dress, you know, how we walk, how we talk. But one of my favorite sayings is people are like icebergs. It's 1/3 above the surface, but it's 2/3 below the surface that you don't see. And that's the part that's sunk to Titanic. So never take the face value or the surface of what you see of an individual. Get to know them a little more. You know, take a chance. Because, I don't want to say ironically, but interestingly enough, like I said, I've been here 16 years. I never had a kid cuss me out. I never had a kid try and jump on me, probably because I'm not in the classroom. But, you know, but that's because, you know, when you're doing the right thing, God looks out for you. You know, and I say that because a couple years ago, because my daughter, she's graduated from college and everything, and we were down there visiting her in Bowling Green, Ohio. And we walked across the campus in the middle of winter, and it's colder than a well-digger's, I won't say it. But, and I heard somebody say, "Hey, Mr. Henderson." Like, what? What's going on? You know, I just raised my, because I had no idea who it was. But I always tell the young men that you have to do the right thing in life, because you never know where people are going to cross your path. And when they cross your path, you want them to be positive people, because one of my other favorite sayings is you want to slay your enemy with a feather instead of a sword, so that when you become friends with your enemy, you have an ally. And so that makes you much stronger a person. So when we stop, you know, using guns to settle our disputes and using our minds, you know, our communities will grow, our schools will grow, everything, our surroundings will continue to grow in a positive way, because we all need each other. Don't be fooled, and we have to reach out to one another and be willing to take a chance and you know, go to a play, you know, go to the African American Museum or the DIA, you know, do something different, because, and I got a lot of different sayings, but I always tell the kids, if you're bored, that's your fault. Because there's too much to do in the world. But you can't be, you know, like a dog, you know, surrounded by an invisible fence. And that's what a lot of gang members are. They're like an animal. You know, they got all this open area, but they can't go, you know, out of their hood. And that's like being in prison. Why would you want to imprison yourself when you have access to the whole world? Brother Taylor there, he told the guys who were at the meeting something that blew my mind. And he said, you know, you can get a pilot's license before you can get a driver's license. I know, that's truly amazing. But we have to understand that the new currency is knowledge. Applied knowledge, not just knowledge, because we all know a lot of stuff, you know, but we have to apply it, and that's what makes us move forward in life. So make sure that, you know, because it's kind of intriguing that we're sitting here in the library and not many kids come in here to use the books. They get on the computer. And I'm going to rattle some of y'all, because I don't mind being a snitch. But these kids can get past the firewalls. The firewalls are for the adults. The kids can go anywhere on the internet they want to. If you want to find out how to get around something, ask some of your kids in your family, in your neighborhood, you know, engage them. These guys are not dumb. Actually, they're probably borderline genius. And the only way I could find that out is to engage them. To take time, because we're so busy being in our homes, you know, on the internet, watching TV, you know, being entertained, but we're not being educated. One of the things I discovered in some of my, you know, going to different meetings and stuff, that one thing that separates the wealthy from just mediocre, average people is the number of TVs they have in their house, as opposed to the number of libraries they have. So that's telling you, you know, you got to start reading. And you know, they say the literacy rate is high in Detroit. I kind of doubt that, because the kids are always on the internet. I mean, you got to read something to figure out how to get from point A to point B. And they supersede, you know, that easily. There was a kid, I think he's over in Germany now with his wife and kid. They found out that he had hacked into the DPS database at the time and changed his grades in high school. But they keep saying that African, you can do that? No. Oh, okay. I can't divulge that. No. He's an adult. But, you know, if you guys, and that's young men and young ladies, take what you know and find somebody else that you can, you know, just hang out with, that's trying to do something different, that knows something a little different from you. It's, you know, one of the funny things about life is that, you know, people say when you know, look for your spouse, y'all should be alike. we total opposites. We're total opposites, but we respect each other. And you know, if it wasn't for Audrey, could you please stand up, Audrey?
No, hi everybody.
Seriously, because see, I asked her to stand up, she won't stand up.
It's getting late.
But if it wasn't for her being trusting and patient with me to go out and spend a lot of time away from home, I couldn't do this. So that's why, you know, families are important, you know, and Ashley and my other daughter, Erica, they sacrificed, you know, me for me to do this. So it was a transition. But thank you, Ashley. So in closing, these guys have had access to a lot of different things. And part of it is because I know a lot of people. And this is only a small segment of the people I know in Detroit, because I grew up in Detroit. But also, more importantly, because God has blessed me to see past the facade. And before I close, Titus, if you can stand up. That's Titus Duncan. What year did you graduate, Titus? 04? 08? Okay. Titus Duncan, you can have a seat. He came from Liberia. At 13, didn't know the English language. Came here fleeing war and massacres. And now he's in college in Wayne State. You graduated yet? Next year? He's going into pharmacy. Cedric Brown, stand up, sir. All right. Cedric Brown graduated from Northwood University last year, sir? Yeah. And now he's into marketing and media. All right. And you know, just kind of cut it short. We go on and on and on. But we got to start taking time with each other. And it's, you know, it's not easy. Because there's only two reasons people come together. That's either the hug or the fight. So that's why when you see brothers greet one another, we clasp hands and bring each other close and hug each other. Because, you know, contrary to what people believe, you know, black young men are human too. So, with that said, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank you for your time. And we want to say we got to rebuild our community from here, from the river, you know, throughout the country and throughout the world. Because there's too much killing going on. And every time one of us, you know, dies, we could be killing off somebody that may come up with a cure for cancer, cure for AIDS. You know, we could be taking out somebody that might be the next billionaire. And I can't forget my nephew back there. Russell, could you stand up? You want to hurry up, man. I am so proud of this young man because he's got 3 sons and he has them with him. He spends time with them. Ashley, now it's your turn. Come on, sign up. I'm gonna close. Unfortunately, my oldest daughter couldn't be here because she's working. But Ashley has already been overseas. She's been to Switzerland, Italy, Germany, by herself. So, you know, when you have kids, you never know which direction they're going to go. But we're proud of you for going in the right direction. She's working in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania right now for Kraft Foods. So keep up the good work. Love you. All right, everybody. We love you. We thank you for being patient. We thank you for coming out and showing these young people that there are, you know, people in the community who care. And we'll find a way to keep going. God mandates that. Amen. Good night.